Hey, this is Sour Savior. A few days ago, I posted a video of my work in progress super smelter furnace system, and as you can see, I've taken away the sign that says it's under construction, so it's ready to use. It's right here in my storage area. Now, if I come over to the input barrel and I add a bunch of items to it, as you can see, the input light lights up to show that there's items in here, and they're getting pulled down into the system. Now I put in more than the hopper minecart can handle, so yep, there it goes. It stops with 2 stacks left inside. Now if I launch the minecart, it's gonna go out and deposit those items. We'll watch that track in a sec. But meanwhile, I want to show how when it comes back, it's gonna pull out another stack of these. Here it goes. And then go back along its way. So there's the cart going down. Here it's coming back. Drops off one item in each hopper as it goes down, and then another as it comes back. And because it came back with items, it activated this comparator to relaunch it after a delay that was just long enough that now you can see from the back the output barrel, or the input barrel, has been emptied. It comes back with items and it relaunches. And all of these are lit and smelting items. You can see in here we've already got almost 2 stacks items coming in at the speed of hopper. Yeah, so you watched me press send on the output, and we've already hit 2 stacks smelted out of the 7 that we brought in. So the furnaces are here, and they just get their output sent to there. That's super simple mechanically, and then the items get brought in by the rail, and some slimes spawn here, which can be a problem while I'm working, but it's not a big one. That's just a matter of location. If you don't want that, you can just build it somewhere else. So then we've got the fuel input, as you can see, coming in through the side of the furnace, and then I've staged extra double chest and extra hopper just so we can build up a steady supply of bamboo and not have to rely on like waiting for it to spawn. And the bamboo is collected here. Got the standard setup where when the minecart with the hopper on it lands here, if it has items in it, it'll get locked in place. There's a comparator, a torch, and a repeater that accomplishes that. I find that I have to have the hopper feeding into a chest and not into another hopper, or else the items pass by too quickly. And over here, here's the bamboo. And over there I had to add some extra light to make sure that the bamboo by the observers would grow up in front of the observers. I may eventually raise all of the pumpkin lines to the top, but it's a lot of extra time spent for not a lot of extra return. And down here you can see the tracks continue where the hoppers go all the way underneath to collect the bamboo. And you might have heard through the walls here the sound of my sheep harvester. It's right next to next door. So here's the line of repeaters that activate the mine carts when necessary. This redstone is actually a relic of an old build that I haven't bothered to take out. And I've got probably not the smoothest way of doing this, but to make sure that the repeater line isn't interrupted, I've made this kind of circuit here so that they all activate on the same time. Now, instead of getting the signal from here, though, they get the signal from this observer pushed through a very basic pulse extender, which is just a repeater at 1 tick and a repeater at 4 ticks. They combine to send a signal long enough that the powered rail releases the carts instead of if it was just the observer tick with none of this repeater action going on, then the mine carts wouldn't clear the powered rail before the redstone signal ended. And then right here is the flying machine that actually goes out and breaks the bamboo and collects it. When this flies away, that's what this observer sees. I can either activate it manually with this button, or there's a row of observers up here. So if something grows in front of any one of these observers, it activates, and I've got the same basic pulse extender circuit as I had below on either side here, so that there's signal going into the redstone lamps long enough to make sure that the flying machine properly activates. It was not doing so when I didn't have the pulse extender circuit, and that was a bit of troubleshooting that I had to do this afternoon. But if I press this button, and I'll go and press the other one too, because I haven't wired the buttons together, and the flying machines go across, you can see the slime does not stick to the pumpkins or drag them, so the machines can fly right through that gap. Activates that redstone lamp on the other side and sends it back this way. And meanwhile, our mine carts are underneath collecting and delivering bamboo. So we'll head back down to take a peek at that. Yep, the carts just launched again. They launch both when the flying machine leaves and when it comes back to the station. Just gives it a little extra time to collect things. So that cart collected less. You can kind of see the order that they're emptying out as they come back, even though they went out all the same. Yep. Oh, that one's almost empty. Let's stay out of its way. And there it goes. So that is the inner workings. Here's a glance at my sheep farm. And we can go back through here. And there's our 7 stacks as smooth stone. We didn't, and if I wasn't demoing how all this works, we could have just put the items in the input, waited for the light to turn on the output, and super easy. So thank you for watching. This has been Sour Savior.